Joyce, it's all yours.
Thank you. Alan Jones once said, "There is nothing instant or automatic in spiritual development. The spiritual development is the focus of Fox River Congregational Church, and every Sunday we gather to worship. Through this time, we are growing in our understanding. And I would have to argue, we have the best one in town. But even that, we recognize that 1 hour on Sunday is just not enough. So the spiritual journey is a lifelong journey. The discipleship team is responsible for enabling members to grow in the knowledge and expression of their faith, to better understand and practice spiritual disciplines, and to understand and practice stewardship of one's time, talent, and treasure. Next slide. So what do? We assess the needs of the congregation, then we brainstorm ideas on how we can meet those needs. We develop programs that will benefit our church family, and we promote and implement and support those programs. The duties of the team include assimilation of new members into the church, thus the dinner club, book club, implementation of Christian education programs, children's ministry, confirmation, youth ministry, relational small groups, and church short-term studies such as the Lenten studies. So if you are interested in brainstorming, creating, and have a desire to keep this church buzzing, join the discipleship team.
All right. Hey, Joyce. Thank you for your leadership. Really appreciate that. Well, I want to encourage you as a congregation, if you've not already volunteered to be a part of a team, here's an interesting statistic on where we are as a local church. As you know, what's unique about us, we do not have a nominating committee. Individuals have to nominate themselves as they feel led to serve in an area. So far, and this is a good news, we have 35 persons have already nominated themselves to serve on a team. That's good. But I tell you what I think is phenomenal about that. Of the 35, 17 persons have volunteered to serve on a team for the first time. To have 17, yay God. I remember a professor was talking about church growth and adding new members, and said, well, usually what happens, existing leadership likes for the church to grow, but they don't like to change the guard any. Obviously we do. We like to keep leadership moving in, and that's exciting. And almost half of those who have volunteered to serve will be new on a team. So that is extremely exciting. But we want to encourage you, if you've not done so already, we call it test drive a team. To serve in a ministry team is not a sentence for life, okay? In fact, it's only a year at a time, and even if after a year you realize, well, this really isn't for me, it's not really what I thought it would be, we want to just encourage you, if it's something you think you might be interested in serving in, then get involved in it and do it. Now, we have a real need in our church. Why all of our teams, they're getting great numbers. We're already maxed out on the number of persons to serve on the administrative team. We have one team that we really need help with, and it's in the area of evangelism. Now, if you look at evangelism, it's at the core of what we're about as a church. It doesn't mean that you're going to go door to door and strong arm or wrestle people and kind of have an intellectual discussion. Being evangelism, or part of the evangelism team, is to help the church reach out to others, to be aware of what we are doing, what we are about, and get them involved in the life of the faith. It is realizing that the gospel is something that we internalize as individuals, but it's also to reach out. Many things that we do are really for the sake of evangelism already. What we do on Sunday morning in our worship is to reach out and share the good news of the gospel. But if you have an interest in helping your church reach out with the good news of the gospel, I want to encourage you to give the team a try. We really need help for the evangelism team. So please consider that as you ponder what to do in our leadership. It will be next Sunday following morning worship.